love is very important in all this. It's interesting, I go back to the 60s. I think this began, in a sense, in the 60s, this whole movement. And 1967, remember, was the Beatles. They came out and they said, all you need is love. I sometimes feel the Beatles, like Lennon and McCartney, were a channel for something happening in the collective consciousness. And they came out with this message at the peak of their career, all you need is love. Something which people have said for centuries. And it's true that all you need is love. If we could truly love each other as we love ourselves, truly love the planet and love everything on it, we wouldn't foul the process up. But to say all you need is love is not enough, because that doesn't mean we love. To say we must love each other doesn't make it happen. I can give people hugs. Okay, it's nice, it helps sort of personal interaction, but it doesn't mean to say I really love them. And a lot of people, I find, always come from a false perspective. They go around talking about love, but very locked up in their hearts. So how do we make love is the question. And to me, you make love out of union. And we talk about it. Physically, you make love out of a physical union with two people. We need to make love on a grander scale. But love always comes from an experience of unity. So to make love for the whole of society, we need to begin to experience our oneness with each other, with everything else. And I think when we experience that oneness, we will find we can do nothing else but love as a result of it. The lack of love we have now is merely a reflection of our lack of experience of our mutual oneness. The energy of the 60s was a very important energy, which is, I think, still there. The 60s were a very important time. If you look at what happened, I think particularly the late 60s, it was like a creative flash for society as a whole. Very parallel to what happens with the creative flash in the individual. What happens with the individual is you have a creative flash. You've been working for years on something, and then suddenly it comes together and you see, you have a flash of what you can do, how to solve a problem. And you then go into the final phase, which is working it all out, implementing it. And I think, if you like, on a much grander scale, society had been dealing with things for a long time, slowly coming together. And the 60s, with this flash that society could begin to work properly, and the Beatles saying all you need is love, other reflections like this, were the flash that we could do it. We could all come together and live in peace and harmony. That was the insight. And what we're now engaged in is carrying that out. And it's not as exciting as the flash. It never is. The excitement is with the flash. And that's why the 60s were so exciting. And then through the 70s and now into the 80s, it's been the long, slow slog of working it out. Exploring how do you do it? How do you get people to be more loving? How do we expand consciousness? How do we start dealing with the peace issue? Looking at the ecology. All that's coming out of the concern for beginning to make the system work.